Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored here today to do a lecture and or to discuss religions of the UAE. I'm a professor at Beijing. I studied religious sociology. I studied sociology of religion. From the past 27 years, I have dedicated my career to researching and teaching contemporary religions, conducting extensive surveys of religious values in China, and examining the status of religion in over more than 30 countries of the world. For a scholar, choosing the right research objects is crucial to achieving excellent research results. Often, the emergence of a good research object is serendipitous, seeming like a divine gift. In recent years, my research team and I have embarked on a new topic: the relationship between religious tolerance in the UAE and the country's modernization. Our central thesis is that the UAE, while upholding its great Islamic traditions and resisting religious extremism, has adopted a tolerant attitude towards the religions of immigrants, ensuring their freedom of belief through various means, including land use, legal registration, and religious activities. Traditional Islam serves as the spiritual pillar of the UAE's modernization, while the presence of multiple immigrant religions enhances immigrants' psychological stability and a sense of belonging, making the UAE an attractive destination for global talent, technology, and capital. This balanced coexistence of traditional and foreign religions has shaped the UAE's religious landscape harmoniously, making religion a positive force in the country's modernization. In just half a century, the UAE has transformed into a global model of modernization, exemplified by cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi. This unique model challenges the traditional social science notion that only Protestant ethics can drive modernization. Indeed, the UAE has built a distinctive modernization framework rooted in traditional Islamic ethics and inclusive of diverse global religious values. The theme of religious tolerance and modernization in the UAE is not a fantasy, but the result of empirical research. My journey into this subject began in August 2019, when my son enrolled at the American University of Sharjah. This marked my first visit to the UAE. The modern architecture of Dubai, like the Burj Al Arab, had already prepared me for the degree of urban modernization. Moreover, what impressed me most was the cultural tradition maintained by the professors and students at the university. Signaling a country that values its cultural heritage amidst modernization. In October 2019, I came to the UAE for the second time. This time, I had two new experiences with the UAE. First, in Dubai, I visited a Chinese mosque and attended an Arabic course at a Chinese weekend school. I felt that the Chinese are very comfortable and satisfied with their life, and they all have the desire to take root here. Second, I drove to Abu Dhabi and visited the Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, which made me realize that the UAE's approach to Islamic culture is not only about maintaining its religious identity, but also about its efforts to popularize Islamic culture. It can be said that Islam in the UAE is a combination of tradition and modernization. In May 2023, I visited the UAE for the third time. This visit was the invitation of several Chinese entrepreneurs, scholars, and Buddhists to discuss establishing a Chinese Buddhist temple in Dubai. Although there are approximately 370,000 Chinese people in Dubai and the UAE, there is not a single Chinese religious site. Buddhism, as the first major religion in China today, has a broad base of believers, so the Chinese community in the UAE hopes to build a Dubai Chan monastery here. By participating in this initiative, I began to understand the UAE's openness to foreign religions. I also learned for the first time about the Ministry of Tolerance and Coexistence, a government department that exemplifies the UAE government's equal treatment of religious beliefs. This realization led me to see the connection between the UAE's modernization and its religious policies, and I intuitively felt that the UAE might have a unique model of modernization. During this visit, I attended a Friday session at a Chinese mosque. An imam from China, speaking in Chinese, English, and Arabic with a loud and clear voice, made me realize that the UAE has some of the best Islamic professionals in the world. This mosque, led by a Chinese imam, but had only 10% of its main congregation as Chinese, who as Chinese worshippers, which shocked me. Typically, in countries around the world, Chinese-led religious activity venues, whether in Buddhism temples or Christian churches, are predominantly attended by Chinese individuals, with few foreigners participating. However, at a Chinese mosque in Dubai, 90% of the attendees are non-Chinese, which is unique. This indicates that Chinese religious venue in the UAE transcend racial boundaries and have significant sociological research value. Furthermore, after this Friday session, I personally witnessed the conversion ceremony of a Han Chinese individual into Islam, shared in the collective joy, and experienced the cross-cultural transmission power of Islam. Finally, I had meaningful conversations with the Imam, finding our values highly compatible, and we even shared meals together twice. These visits solidified my interest in studying religion in the UAE. Even in China, Dubai has become a popular research subject across various disciplines. Investigating the relationship between religious tolerance and modernization in the UAE is both feasible and significant. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I attended 2 academic conferences organized by the World Muslim Communities Council online. One was about the relationship between religion and ecology. Another on April 22, 2020, at the For Humanity Interfaith Solidarity and Joint Action to Combat COVID-19 conference. I published a paper on the role of traditional Chinese cultures in the fighting against COVID-19, using anti-epidemic slogans as an example. These activities have helped me forming a small academic team with scholars from Beijing, Hong Kong, Sharjah, and Abu Dhabi, with some doctoral students choosing this topic for their dissertations. Invited by the Department of Sociology at the American University of Sharjah, the UAE Religious Tolerance and Modernization Research Group officially visited the UAE from June 6 to 14, 2024 to begin field work. Several days before, on June 7, we visited the Miaoshan Hall, a small Chinese Buddhist temple. This temple, rented in a villa and presided over by Buddhist masters and lay people, is a traditional of Chinese Mahayana Buddhism. They have organized the Buddhist Dharma rituals and maintain good relationship with their neighbors. On June 8, we also visited the Dubai Buddha Light Society, organizing from Taiwan's Foguangshan system and located in the Shanxi Provincial Chamber of Commerce. On June 8, we visited the Chinese mosque and had a discussion with friends from the Chinese Islamic Culture and Education Center. We learned the following information. Dubai and the UAE are focused on economic and social development. The UAE is developing its economy while maintaining its ideological dominance of Islam. Islam is the official religion, and Sharia law is a primary source of legislation. The UAE government has the General Authority of Islamic Affairs and endorsements in charge of Islamic affairs. Every mosque's sermons are vetted by this department. Religious extremism is explicitly prohibited in the UAE, and religious organizations with political objectives are not allowed to exist, which contrasts with some neighboring countries. There are about 2,000 to 5,000 Chinese Muslims in Dubai and the UAE. On June 9, we visited the churches complex in Dubai, including about 10 religious activity venues. Especially, we visited a Indian Sikh temple. The Sikh volunteers informed us that there are about 50,000 Sikhs in the UAE, and that the land for their temple was provided free by the government, which is highly commendable. The temple offers free lunch to the public and is very popular among the faithful. As we know, the UAE's total population is about 10 million, with 11% citizens and 89% non-citizens. Non-citizens residents, mostly from South and Southeast Asia, therefore allowing immigrants to work and live in the UAE with peace of mind and meeting their religious needs is one of the most effective management methods. On June 10, we conducted research in Abu Dhabi, visiting Mary, the Mother of Jesus Mosque, and the surrounding Christian churches, as well as a Catholic school. I think it is a very unique practice in the UAE to gather immigrants' religions together to build venues and form religious villages. On June 11, we visited Educators Without Borders here, and today we will visit the famous Abrahamic family house. In a word, there is an old saying in China, which is also the motto of my Renmin University of China, seeking truth from facts. The social reality of the UAE provides a new model of modernization, which is based on the Islamic tradition, accommodating the world's major religious civilizations, and jointly serving the country's economic and social construction. This model not only maintains the inherent religious and cultural traditions of the UAE, ensuring the spiritual peace of its people and society, but also rejects extremism. More importantly, it is open to world civilizations, attracting talents from all over the world to contribute to the UAE's modernization. This modernization model of the United Arab Emirates has significant demonstrative value, garnering increasing attention worldwide and offering great research value. That is why we choose the UAE. Thank you.